Please welcome Gabby Rivera.
Oh my gosh, thank you for having me. Wow. Y'all are beautiful, handsome, majestic. I am so excited to be here for the Makers Conference. Again, I'm Gabby Rivera, pronouns she, her, hers, queer Puerto Rican writer from the Bronx. Oh my gosh. Listen, they were like, the theme is not done. And I was like, you're right, because I just got here. I just got here, all of this body, all this dykey magic, right? Like, I just got here and I want to talk about, like, the magic of that, right? The power of that. Like, these identities, they will tell you that your identities, your culture, your history is only worth maybe a month out of the year. You are at best an elective to the mainstream culture, to the mainstream history. They have told me my whole life to lose weight, to straighten my hair, that I should not be this queer. You can be a lesbian, but do you have to look like a man? Ooh, that is a blow. That is so hard. I feel like everything about me since the beginning, since I was born, people have been telling me to change it, to shift it, to be other. They tell you to lose your native language. They tell you not to pray to Allah. They will take the culture right out of you to claim you. I'm tired of that. My grandmothers didn't raise me that way. My grandmothers, oh my God, look at these two beautiful Puerto Rican women. They came here in the 1940s and 50s because, of course, the United States was making it virtually impossible to live in Puerto Rico. So they came here to a country that didn't even want them. And they made their way. And they told me to be proud of myself. And they told me to be everything that I needed to be and to work hard. You've heard that story before too, right? Work so hard that no one can tell you anything. Work so hard that they can't say Puerto Ricans can't live here or shouldn't be here or can't speak Spanish here. And I took all of that, right? I took all of that wiggly energy and I said, you know what? I need more. I need more than what this country is telling me that I am. I need more. And so I wrote my own fucking book, y'all, because that's what everyone should do. Write your own book. In my first novel, Juliet Takes a Breath, man, I really stretched. It's about a 19-year-old Puerto Rican baby dyke from the Bronx. I was like, well, I'm really testing myself here. But in this book, right, Juliet is navigating her queerness, right? And she's not ashamed. Because I'm tired of those narratives too, like, I'm gay. And everyone's so sad. No, I'm so happy. You know how fun it is to make out with girls? It's amazing. And I needed that for Juliet. I needed that energy, somebody joyful, happy, like I said, right? And also, in the book, she researches women who are powerful. What does it mean to be powerful? And she finds out about Lolita Lebron, who was a Puerto Rican nationalist, and in 1954 shot up Congress, in the name of a free Puerto Rico. And Juliet is astonished that she has never learned about this woman before, that she's 19 years old, has gone through all of schooling, and has never heard about such a powerful Puerto Rican. I put all of that into my work. I must reckon with the world around me. I must find where my own power lies. And so when Marvel Comics came to me and was like, you know what, we would love if you wrote a comic for us, I was like, what? Yes. She already came to me powerful. America Chavez was already a portal-punching Latina lesbian. They basically gift-wrapped her and handed her to me. But I had to ask myself, what is a superhero? What makes somebody super? Does that mean you have the biggest weapons? That's what it seems like sometimes. Does that mean you're the strongest? Because a lot of times when you're the biggest and the strongest with the most weapons, that just makes you the most homicidal, violent person compared to everybody else. It just means you're a sociopath. How is that super? What is it? What is real? And so when I was writing America Chavez, I was like, of course, I gotta give her a grandma. I gotta give her that strength, that power, that someone that can guide her and show her her truth. And how badass is it to have an old lady with big muscles anyway, right? And the thing that is most magical, right, is where her grandmother takes her. When I was writing this in particular, I lost my fourth and only grandparent. And I felt so completely untethered. I was like, how can I be Puerto Rican now? What does that mean? They're gone. It's gone. It's gone, and I've lost them. And so in this episode with America, her grandma takes her to the ancestral plane, and she gets to see everything, all that her people experience as it was. How I wish I could see Puerto Rico before U.S. colonization and imperialism. How I wish I could see the United States. And her grandmother takes her there. And so I knew I had to go back to Puerto Rico. So I planned a trip because I do what the hell I want to do when I want to do it. And so I went back, right? I went back, and as I was planning to go back that summer, the island of Puerto Rico erupted, archipelago, not island, series of islands. It erupted in protest. And maybe you heard that the governor and his cronies, right, Ricky Rosselló, his texts, they leaked. Corruption, embezzlement, typical government shit. But it was atypical, and I will tell you why. And listen, again, I'm a Puerto Rican from here. You want to know the real deal, talk to Puerto Ricans on the island. Find @DefendPR on Instagram. But what really tripped me out about the governor and his text was two things. Him and his homeboys were joking. They said, imagine how beautiful it would be to have a Puerto Rico without Puerto Ricans. How fucking dare you? The United States experimented on Puerto Rican women in the 60s and 50s, and they sterilized us. So the dream of a Puerto Rico without Puerto Ricans doesn't seem so far-fetched. They also joked about how funny it would be to feed the corpses of dead Puerto Ricans from Hurricane Maria to the crows. How funny. This is the men in power, white Puerto Rican men in power, joking about these things. So what does power actually mean, and how dare you? How dare you say you want a Puerto Rico without Puerto Ricans, because you're saying you wish my grandmothers were never born. You wish that we would stop existing. I refuse. I refuse that. When I went back to Puerto Rico, I found my grandmother's birthplace, and then I knew for sure that I was meant to continue projecting myself into the future. Queer, chubby, majestic. So my latest project is BB Free. Because fuck you, I projected 200 years into the future in a post-climate change America. 15-year-old Puerto Rican BB Free out there, navigating, chilling, exploring, healing earth and ocean. Because I am here, and I believe that I must also tell all the young queer kids of color, do not let them stomp you out. You deserve to be here right now. You have always been here, and the future belongs to us. You majestic, beautiful babes. BB Free is my future. And on top of that, it is about announcing that you are brave. We are reimagining what it means to be powerful, what it means to be super. There must be revolution in it. There must be healing. Deep-rooted healing, compassion, reckoning, acknowledgement, joy, tremendous ancestral joy. And that can only be tapped into by acknowledging who you are, holding on to yourself at every turn, and not letting them take any of that from you. Thank you.